I am Slick Nick, and this is day number 6 of the COVID Chronicles. The 6th day of me experiencing symptoms of having COVID, and 6 days since I've known that I've had COVID. So ultimately, I'll make this very simple. For day number 6, I can tell you what I'm going through, and that is my energy is starting to get a little bit back to normal. And actually today made the 3rd day in a row where I was able to go outside and walk for a solid hour and out in the sunlight and try to get some of that vitamin D in an attempt to get better. But I will tell you, whereas my energy is increasing, I have absolutely zero sense of smell, absolutely zero sense of taste. So I can explain it, you may not be able to comprehend it. So I can eat something tart or sour, and my brain will acknowledge that it's tart or sour. Same thing with spicy or salty or sweet. It acknowledges that sensation, but it cannot register the taste. So that's the extent of eating food. So imagine going through the motions of eating food when you're just chewing something, and that's it. You chew something, you swallow it, and then you're not hungry anymore. Or you eat enough of whatever the thing is so that you're not hungry anymore. It really takes the point out of eating. And I have to think, for all the people who do have COVID and have this symptom of it, by default, I think you'd have to end up losing weight. You'd go into a caloric deficit by default, because there's not joy in eating food. You simply eat to keep your stomach from growling and being empty. So I am definitely looking forward to the day that will change and that I can taste food again, based on other people I've talked to, and just when you Google it, it appears to be about a 2-week span of this. So what I'm wondering is, whereas this is day number 6 of me knowing that I've had COVID, it's only like day number 3 really of me just having no sense of taste. So I'm like, okay, so do I still have a week and a half left of no, I mean, ultimately that puts me at Christmas. By the time Christmas gets here, then I can be able to taste food again. And I was telling my wife that not only where we are in life, but just where the world is you don't really have to wait for anything anymore. Like, if you really want something, you can get it. Even if you can't even afford it, you can buy it on credit. Whatever you really want, you can get, and you can pretty much get it immediately. This is one of those things though, no, I cannot taste food, and it's amazing how much you lose out of your quality of life when you can't taste food. Smelling stuff, okay, I guess that's not a major loss, but the not tasting food thing, I'm very much looking forward to that happening. So again, it may line up with Christmas, and I hope it comes back, and I hope it comes back fully, because when you're 3 days into this, you begin to think, will I ever be able to taste food again? I remember about a decade ago, I got laryngitis, and it lasted about a week, and I just remember I could whisper, but I couldn't talk. And I thought, man, will life ever be the same? Will I ever be able to talk again? And turns out, yes, I did. But I guess I just want to know that this isn't permanent damage, that I won't forever not have a sense of taste again. And imagine if you're me in this situation. Just imagine what a big event it'll be when I can taste it again. And I'm getting really tired too. That's a good thing. I'm like about to fall asleep, and it's almost 9 o'clock at night, and that's good. I want to be tired because last night I did sleep pretty well. I mean, I woke up at like 4 a.m. I ate a 1/4 cup of macadamia nuts, and I was up for about 30 minutes, and then I slept until like 8. So this is the most tired I've been since all this started. So here's to hoping I can get a good night's rest, and knowing that rest is a big part of the key. Of course, I am returning to work tomorrow, but just having my energy back, that should help a lot. I guess my lack of taste, I guess, won't affect my work that much, if at all. But man, can you imagine what it would be like if you had zero sense of taste? And a couple days into that sort of kind of plays with your brain. I happen to have watched 2 movies over the last 2 days, and it could be just when you're in the state of mind, you think about certain things more. But I watched, one of the movies I watched was my Dinner with Andre, which is a movie that came out the year I was born, 1981, where it's these 2 guys having dinner talking about life having meaning, and you give it meaning through experiences, shared experiences, and ultimately all this. So it's very existential. And then for the first time in my life, yesterday I watched It's a Wonderful Life. Never seen that movie before, but again, one of those movies where you get a glimpse of what life would look like, you know, in that case, if he was never born. So for me, life, if I had no sense of taste. All right, man, I'm falling asleep. I want to hit the 8-minute mark because you all know that YouTube rewards that, and they will make this video show up in more suggested feeds if I hit the 8-minute mark. And of course, if you like the videos, well, why would you like a video of a guy falling asleep talking about COVID? Also, if you leave any kind of comment, it also helps my algorithm too, to where I'll show up in more. You could even say, I love cheese, and that would help my algorithm. You like, leave a comment, I don't care what it is. That would actually help me. I'm gonna close this video up reading any my stats in the last video, day number 5. COVID Chronicles, day 5, 0% taste left, and painfully sensitive skin like a sunburn. Man, I gotta put my glasses on. Maybe that'll help me. My eyes are just, I'm collapsing. All right, let's see if that helps. Okay, 143 views, 8 comments, 6 thumbs up. Hey, it's the first time I got no thumbs down. For some reason, no one disliked day 5 video talking about no taste left and the sensitive skin thing, which finally went away. I don't really notice it anymore. So let's read through the comments. Our friend George Jackson says, hope you're feeling better soon, Nick. Much love. Gittendor says, you look a lot thinner than you used to. Are you losing all this weight on purpose, or is it COVID? To which I responded, of course, I have a series going on about this. I said, I'm losing the weight on purpose by intermittent fasting and carb backloading. And then our friend Andrew Moss says, must suck not being able to taste your food, especially when it's something you'd usually enjoy. Funny you should say that, because tonight my wife made this chicken sausage and she baked sweet potatoes, and that's one of my new things. I love baked sweet potatoes. Couldn't taste any of it. Tomorrow she's making lasagna. Man, I would, that's by default like everyone's favorite meal. She's making the crock pot. I love crock pot lasagna. I'm not gonna be able to taste it, and I know that. So I even told my wife, man, when I get my taste back, I want to celebrate by getting a cake and us eating a cake to celebrate the fact that I can taste again, because that would make a lot of sense. That celebrate tasting with a cake, something that has a lot of taste. So yeah, funny you should say that. And then our friend Ahmed Kier, get well, Nick. Take care. So thank you for your support. Man, at this point, here's how I feel about this. I have enough of my energy back. You can tell I'm kind of sound congested, and you know, I do have some congestion going on, but ultimately, man, if I can just taste food again, I will feel pretty good. It's funny though, my wife has this, she has this going. We've got this, oh, there it is. Did you see that? That's eucalyptus oil coming out. So that way we can just kind of cleanse the air a little bit. And I am making sure that I am consuming a couple of tablespoons of coconut oil every day too. That's supposed to help break up the molecules or whatever it is of the virus. Just anything that can help my immune system. I've actually read in my current, do I have it right here? It's funny because my son, his fundraiser for school was selling magazines. So of course I feel like I got this one, and I also got Men's Journal in addition to Men's Health. But it's funny because in this, in the December 2020, they have this one right here. Vitamin C will not save us all. So they specifically have a thing saying vitamin C won't help you, even though I bought that big pack of vitamin C emergency or whatever. And I'm also doing elderberry. I'm just gonna keep doing everything I can. Of course, you all know, as Slick Nick, one of my life mottos is focus on what you can control and not on what you can't. So that's what I'm doing, and we'll hope that yields results sooner than the 14 days. But ultimately, if this is part of the human experience in 2020 is to get COVID and to overcome it, I would love to think, oh, I was done in a few days. Well, maybe not. Maybe I've got to experience the full human experience of someone who will survive this. Your comments belong right here.